What is going on, YouTube? It's FlopFish here, and welcome back to another episode of Make My Roster. This is episode number 3, and this is going to be one that I threw together, and it actually worked really well, surprisingly. The first line's Ovechkin, Stamkos, Pominville. Second line's Parise, regular, Gretzky 91, Team of the Year Voracek, and then third line Star of the Week, Marlowe and Zetterberg, and then regular Duchesne on the right side, and then Star of the Week, Sharp, and the center is going to be the Stanley Cup, Kopitar, and right wing is going to be Star of the Week, Havlat. So very solid lineup, actually, considering there's 5 snipers on it. The chemistry is not great. It was really fast, and you're going to see the gameplay with it. I decided it'd be cool to, kind of show the gameplay with it, and you're going to see my combinations here, but look at that power play line. Like, that's just such a dirty power play. I mean, there's going to be nothing anyone can do to stop that. So here's a defensive setup. We have Hjalmarsson and Carlson, and then I believe we have Cronwall and Voinov, and then OEL, and that's going to be Eric Johnson as a third pairing there. So very solid lineup. Again, my D is like not 100%, but it was very solid. And yeah, so as we go through all the lines here, I was actually just setting it up, and luckily we decided to go back and record it, and it's probably a pretty good idea because it's a cool lineup. It's fairly expensive. It's probably, I want to say it's over 1.2 million. But overall, again, a lineup that was a ton of fun for me. And when I have fun with a lineup, it's very hard to give up a player. Ovechkin was an absolute monster. He is one of the players that I am actually probably going to way overpay for because I really just enjoyed playing with him. And I don't think he'll be in a trade day because he was so good for me in this game that it's just like one of those feelings that's just like, yeah, I gotta have him on my team. And so the gameplay, here it is. It's the full 20 or 3 periods in gameplay. I sped it up a lot, so it was complete domination. And I don't know if it was just because the guy was bad or what it was, but it was an amazing game. I had a ton, like I said, I had a ton of fun, and it wasn't my best game I've ever played for sure. Like, I wasn't finishing on a lot of my chances. I wasn't really doing any cycling or anything, and I was just kind of playing and having fun, trying everything out, and trying to find out, the shot and stuff and of different players, and try to do those cross creases because they don't work, but when they do, they're so nice. Yeah, so it ended up being a fairly low scoring game. I think it was only 1-0. Actually, yeah, it was only a 1-0 game, but it was, again, it was one of those games where it was total domination, and Brett Johnson just stood on his head for him. He had a lot of the regular Coyotes in his lineup, so, and here's the first period stats. This is what I wanted to talk about. 0 shots on goal for him, and 28 seconds of time on attack for him. That is practically nothing. That's like skating over the line into the zone. And to hold him to that little was like just a huge accomplishment for me here. And so, just took a couple penalties and stuff. And the first period was by far my best period. He did end up waking up, but the second period and the second and third period, I still completely control, in my opinion. I still way outplayed him. And everything wasn't really clicking right, and as we slow it down here, get a good chance shorthanded upcoming here, I believe. I believe we get, I think Ovechkin actually just hops out of the box right here and takes the feed here, and holy cow, the players are slow. Nice little windmill deke, nice and clean, finishes low right side, beautiful goal in his first and only game for me, and just awesome little goal there. So we'll speed things back up again, but that goal was, the players look extremely slow after having them 400 at 4 times the speed on the video, but it was a pretty cool goal to get. It was a really nice windmill, and I also talk about the Ovechkin-Stamkos combination and why I really enjoyed it. Ovechkin is an absolute beast with the puck. He's very hard to get off the puck and has very good control, very good hands, and an amazing shot. Same with Stamkos. Stamkos' shot is very under. I mean, it's by no means underrated. It's just better than what you'd even think it is. It's one of the best shots in the game, and I love righty shots. Righty shots are the best for me. And I can kind of see why people like lefties for deking now. Like, I've gotten a lot better with lefties at deking, but righties for me will always have a better shot. And I don't know why, but they just tend to snipe so much more on when you need it. and they're just a ton of fun to play with, you know. But as you can tell, I spent a lot of sinking time in his zone, and again, after the second period, he only had 1 minute and 21 seconds of time on attack, and only 4 shots on goal. So that's 4 shots through 2 periods. That's pretty beast if you ask me. I played pretty solid defense in the entire game too. There's a couple times where I'm just like, oh, he's going to get a goal and get a penalty shot here, but couldn't finish. He ended up flinching over to the right side after he hugged the post on the left side, which kind of sucks for me because, you know, it was like I pulled off the deke I wanted, but oh well. Yeah, so, you know, just fairly solid lineup if you ask me. It was a ton of fun. So you know, it's one of those things that everyone needs to focus on in this game. Is finding a lineup that's fun for you, because not all of them are going to be fun for everyone. And I think having Ovechkin and Stamkos, 2 of my favorite players, really made this game enjoyable. Same with Havlat. Havlat's a really enjoyable player to play with, and Pominville. A lot of people wonder why, like, I stopped putting Pominville in my lineup, and that's going to change. Pominville's an absolute beast in this game for me. He seems to be really good with Stamkos, so I'm going to leave him and Stamkos on the same line for a while now, as long as I still have Stamkos. And, you know, it's one of those combinations that I really don't see me changing. And like I said, if I really enjoy it, then I'm going to keep on using it. And Pominville is one of those players who's only an 85, only around 2-3K, maybe 5K, I don't know. His market... He's one of those players that fluctuates a lot, but he's worth every penny of it. And that line just was so solid for me in the entire night. I think Ovechkin had 8 shots on goal. I think, yeah, 8 shots on goal, not counting all the missed shots, because I had a lot of missed shots. But yeah, so that's the end of the game here. You can kind of see the end stats here. I had 32 shots on goal, probably about another 20 missed in net and about 5 posts, 13-12 time on attack, and only held him to 9 shots and 2 minutes and 33 time on attack. Again, fairly solid game, 13-2 in the faceoff dot too. But anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. And as always, take it easy and peace out.